Hello. Hello, friends. I'm still getting situated. How is everybody's weekend? Yay, there's people here. How's everybody doing? Hey, Melinda. Good, I'm glad. I'm glad you're excited to get some reading done. What are you reading? Hi, Beth. Hi, 20 of you that are here right now. Oh, man. How was your Sunday? Oh, try to move this over. Whoa. Hi, Karen. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Nancy. How's everybody doing today? I had a long day. Not a long day. I had church this morning. Hi, Jen. Hi, Jeanette. I had church this morning, all planned to teach the kids, and then there were no elementary kids today. It was kind of strange. There was only pre-K kids, so I got to go leave the kids with the pre-K teachers and go upstairs and go to church, which was kind of nice. And then once a month we have this connect gathering type of thing where new people to the church can come and learn more about it, and we give them lunch and a tour and all that stuff, and I stay to help with that. So it was a kind of a longish day at church, but then I came home and sat outside on the back deck for a little while because it was so nice out today. Really nice. I wore shorts. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Jeanette. Oh, I already said Jeanette. Hi, everybody. Hi, Jamie. Oh, Melinda, you're reading I'll Give You the Sun and The Fifth Murder Bot. Ooh, yikes. Weekends do need to be 3 days, but I feel like mine are because I only work till 12:30 on Fridays. So I do feel like I get a little bit of an extra bit of weekend, which is really nice. Hi, Blue Skies. I don't know your first name. Sarah. Hey. Hi, Amy. Oh, Jen, I'm sorry that you've had lots of rain today. We did overnight. And last night, kind of yesterday, it rained a bit, but today was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Argentina. Fun. Hi, Anna. Anna. Probably Anna. Hi, Paula. Mickey, thank you for telling me that. I'm glad you're here, everybody. Yeah, Beth, I sort of took a nap out on my back deck, but I also was listening to an audiobook. But I did have to twice go back to the beginning of a chapter because I'm like, what's going on? Because I kind of dozed a little bit. Hi, Tia. So what is everybody reading tonight? Or are you going to be working on something else during our sprints? Oh, perfect. It is so nice to read with the rain. Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I'm listening. I'll tell you what I'm listening to today. I'm not going to listen tonight, but throughout the day, I started this, True to You by Becky Wade. It's a Christian fiction that has been on my recommendations cart now for 2 years, I want to say. And I've made it more than halfway just today. So I only have, like another, I don't know, I'm on page 200 and it's 367. So like 170-ish, 160 pages to go on that one. Probably will finish it tomorrow or the next day. But not tonight. And then I'm also reading The Four Winds, which I don't have the cover on it, but it's The Four Winds. I don't know if you can see that. Nope. You can believe me. It's The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna, and it's so sad. Holy moly. So this one's nice because it's kind of like a little more fluffy, a lot more lighthearted. It deals with some serious things too, but a lot more lighthearted than Kristen Hanna. If you've read her, you know she likes to kind of do the sad stuff. Okay, I need to go back. You guys have been telling me what you're reading. Okay, Daphne and Velma, Bridgerton, Malice, Love. You Love Me. Ooh, Sarah, you're crazy. Perusing Book Outlet. Nice. Oh, Becca, I love Persuasion so much. I love Persuasion. House of Leaves. Watch Us Rise, Penny Dreadful, a cozy mystery, fun. Also watching the baseball game, Nicole. Hi, Nicole, by the way. And working on lesson plans. Hey, that's good. Productive. Tears of Amber. Ooh, a new World War II historical fiction. I'm glad you're loving that, Paula. That's good to know. I haven't heard of that one yet. The Vanishing Half. Abolitionists and Activists, a graphic history of women's fight for their rights. Cool. That sounds cool. Other Words from Home. I love Other Words from Home. Yay, Anna. I'm reading Into the Blue by Chanel Clayton. Nice. Oh, goodness. Persuasion is my favorite Austen, too. I need to start putting these on the screen so that I can, it helps me to not lose my place because they update all at once. Okay. Listening to Wings of Ebony. Yeah, nice. Us Against You. Eating dinner. That's cool. All my West Coast friends that it's a little earlier for you. And Midwest, I guess. 2 to 3 hours earlier. Finishing up The Brave, Magic Bites. I haven't heard of some of these. Well, The Brave I have. Yeah. You just want to give him a hug and punch all the adults in his life, right? Nice. I get freaked out by psychological thrillers. All the Lies. Oh, fun. I keep checking if my library is going to get Rumesa because that is one of my most anticipated spring releases. So I'm interested to see if I can try to find it here. I don't know if I'll be able to. Lost Apothecary, Jamie, it's so good. At the Corner of Bitter and Sweet. Nice. Is that Hotel at the Corner of Bitter and Sweet, right? I have the Rose Code out from the library, but I need to finish some other ones first. Unadoptables and Under the Southern Sky. Glory Road. Bronte Meadowstone, fun. The Flat Share. How did you like Push? That's super hyped on, it was super hyped on Bookstagram. I don't think I've heard many people on BookTube talking about it though. What the Devil Knows. The Light We Lost. Thunderhead. Whoa. The Witch's Boy, Reading Above the Bay of Angels. Yeah, I agree. It's been, I don't think I've read an Austen book in about a year, and I've been trying to listen to them as my reread. And I did that. I've listened now to Emma and Pride and Prejudice and Persuasion. So I need to pick up maybe Sense and Sensibility again, or one of the other ones. Children's Blizzard, fun. Buses Are Coming. Oh, cool. Yikes. Book 4. I read the first one this month on audio. Hi, Trin. I'm doing good. Doing really good. Excited to hang out with you guys tonight. Yeah, The Lost Apothecary was really enjoyable. I liked it. Hello, Christy. Fun. Well, maybe not fun. I don't know that fun could be the right word for War and Peace. Trin, I am reading tonight The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. But I do have a couple things. So I'm starting this week. My goal, these 3 are my goal for the week after I finish The Four Winds. I'm going to be reading this one with Jamie, the Star-Crossed Sisters of Tuscany. We're starting this one tomorrow. I also want to read The Nature of Fragile Things, which is one more of my most anticipated winter books by Susan Meissner. I need to get on that. One of my goals from the year was to read all of the Susan Meissner that I own. And of course, I'm going to start with one that I don't yet own. It's from the library, but I really want to read it. And this is my Patreon book club book, The Book of Lost Names. So I want to start this one this week too. So those are what's on tap for me coming up soon. But tonight I'm reading The Four Winds, Kristen Hanna. We're going to do our first sprint at 7:15. So in a few minutes. Kim, how did you like it? You just finished it today. I should have brought tissues in here. I just realized I don't have tissues. Hi, Danny. Oh, Becca, which one did you start? Which one did you start? I'm very curious. Mickey, my first Kristen Hanna was The Nightingale, and I think it's still my favorite, but all of her books make me really cry hard. So if you don't like crying in books, just beware of that. If you do, like me, then you'll love it. But some people just really don't like to cry in books, and she really gets into the nitty gritty and makes me cry. You didn't like book 3. Oh, I love a Cinderella retelling. I'm totally down. But I'm on book 2 and I haven't even tried to find it yet. So The Next Great Jane. Oh, I need to write that down. I have my notebook because I always think of things or people recommend things or whatever. And I want to be sure to get it. Amy, thank you for that recommendations. I think you've told me that before. I at least can put it in my to-read list on Goodreads, right? KL Going. That's an awesome name. Going. Cool. Oh, Noreen, you loved it. Yikes. I'm scared of it. I don't know that I'll read it. Yeah, Terry, I listened to it. I listened to The Duke and I. It was my first book of the month in April. Yeah, I would take her off your list for now until you're in the mood. I don't know. The rest of you guys can chip in or share your comments. Kristen Hanna, she makes you cry or no? I mean, she's really good. I love her books, but they do. I know I'm maybe on the more emotional side, though. I tend to cry really easily. So maybe some people who aren't as emotional can get through her books without crying, but I don't know. Yeah, same, Jen. I want to read book 2 before I watch the series. Although I did watch the series before reading book 1, and I kind of enjoyed having all of those characters in my mind, those actors and actresses in my mind as I was reading. I didn't mind that. I thought it was kind of fun. Okay, so Sarah says she did not cry with Kristen Hanna, but it takes a lot for her. Oh, you're okay. So if you cry easily like me, she will definitely make you cry. Yeah, a lot of people. I cried in Hannah books. Makes me cry. Nightingale is my favorite as well. Yeah, cry, cry, cry. So Mickey, looks like we're in the same boat and a lot of other people too. Okay, you did tear up a bit, but barely. Interesting. Not a book crier. I don't understand that. Although it's funny because someone told me, what did I read recently? And people were like, oh, that one's gonna make you cry. I think if people tell me that and I'm expected to cry, then I don't. Maybe because I prepare myself enough. I don't know. I forget what book it was. I don't know. In 5 years, maybe? I just read that this month. I think it was In 5 Years. And people said, oh, that one's going to make you cry. And it didn't make me cry. I don't know. I cry. Camilla, same. I also cry when good things happen. It's not just the bad things. It's also the good things. That's Sarah. I love it. But if a dog buys, yeah. Nice. All right, friends, grab your books or what you need to do. Let's do a 15 just to get started. I need to write it out here. We'll do a 15-minute sprint to get started. And then we'll do 20 for the rest of the night, probably. So oops. Should have had this ready. Why can't I do this? From 15 to 30. All right. Just to cry. feel like we just got started. Grab your books. We'll read for a little bit and come back and chat some more. I got things. We got things to talk about. Just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. That's what we're here for. Happy reading or working. I'll talk to you soon. All right, friends. First sprint of the night is done. You're not that late, Lisa. We're just getting started. We just had our first sprint. This book, guys, one of the things I love about historical fiction is learning about different time periods and trying to, and getting a personal connection to moments in history. Obviously, it's fiction, right? So the people that are in here and their events of their lives are fictionalized, but this book happened during the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression and in the Great Plains, and they're trying to farm, and 4 or 5 years of drought, one after another, and then learning it's their farming that was a big part of the problem, like farming wheat year after year after year. And I mean, they didn't know, but it's just so interesting learning about history and yet like getting that personal connection and trying to picture and being able to picture more what it was like instead of just learning the events of what happened, but learning the events of what happened through a story. I just love it. I just love it so much. How did everybody do? I mean, I don't count pages or anything. I'm not worried about that, but how's your first sprint? Yeah. Lovable reader. I'm not sure what your first name is, but yeah, not everybody is a fan of historical fiction. Some people find it a little more slow. I just love it for that personal, I don't know, connection to events in history. And I feel like it makes me picture what really happened in a different way. Report card comments. Way to go, Lindsay. I love it. Glad that you're here getting stuff done. Happy to keep you company while you do what might not be the most fun part of your job. Love it. Good, Tanya. I'm happy to give you a little kick. Get going. 20 pages. It seems like a couple people read 20 pages. Nice. 30 pages. Beth. Score. Monet, what are you reading? Is it another motorcycle book? Amy, weird book. Jamie, I started one this morning too, my audiobook. Had to stop to get my pizza. Nice. I am sitting by a window and it's not open, but that bird is loud. I do hear that bird outside my window. It must be on my porch because I do hear that bird too. Sorry. Not sorry. Actually, I kind of love it. I should open that window, actually. Maybe I'll do that in the next sprint. I was supposed to film today, Christy. I know you're working on your library video. That made me think of it. I was supposed to film today, and I just didn't want to. So I didn't. A firefighter. Nice. Cheryl, so what eras do you like to read? Or don't you? This is a good question. Since I kind of am open to all historical fiction. I don't think I've found or read a time period that I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think I need to read any more of that. I know there's a lot of people who are done with World War II. I'm not one of those people. I don't like all the World War II fiction that I read, but I'm not done reading it. Oh, that's cute. I love that, Nancy. That's cute. So Cheryl, what? Oh, I got to take that banner off. Let me take that away. Sorry. Oh, nice. Open window and rain. I do need to open the window. I have my fan going this time. I remembered because last time I got really hot sitting here. So those of you who do read historical fiction, do you have a favorite time period that you like to read or a period that you just don't? So Cheryl, World War II, Civil War, or Victorian, you're like, I'm done with those. You don't care to read those? Shayna, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. New subscriber. Oh, I'm so thankful for you. No worries about being late. We just kind of chill and hang out. We'll get back to reading in a little bit, but um oh, there is another Beth. There's a couple Beths that have popped in. Um, but now I know that your name is Beth as well. Hello, welcome. Yeah, I agree with this to a degree. Because, for example, one book that's I have an unpopular opinion about is All the Light We Cannot See. I think his writing is beautiful, but it needed to be about 100 pages shorter or more. I think it was too long. Even though the writing was beautiful, there came a point when I'm like, I don't even care that the writing is beautiful. Can we please just wrap this up? Yeah. Thank you, Christy. I did need a break today. I'm still going to do one. I just have to do it after work at some point because I have nothing pre-filmed. Like I have nothing ready to go. I've used up all my videos. So yeah, I'll film at some point. I think the next one will be my mid-month wrap up. So I have until the 15th. I was just going to film it today to get ahead of myself. Okay. Kathy wants to read World War I and In Between the Wars. That's interesting. Yeah, Beth, this is what I said. I like all historical fiction too. Oh, you like those ones, Cheryl. So you like World War World War II, Civil War, and Victorian. Nice. Yeah, Tula, you're not alone. There's a handful of people that are just kind of done. I don't think I've read an adult historical fiction set during the Vietnam War, like 70s era, right? I've read two or three middle grade ones, but I've not read any adult ones. Carissa, thank you for telling me your name. My name is Krista, obviously, Krista Joy, and my mom often says Carissa Joy. Carissa Joy. I'm like, that's not my name. But that will help me remember your name. Love 1800s, 19 historical romance. Nice. Yeah, Lindsay, you're not alone in this either. I've heard a handful of other people who prefer not to read war historical fiction. I also love new places and events that I didn't know about before. I kind of feel like that's why I'm really enjoying The Four Winds. I've read Out of the Dust, which is a middle grade Newbery winner that is about the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression and the drought and everything. But I don't know that I've read any other adult books that specifically talk about it. So I feel like it's a new thing, and learning about like hunger riots that happened, and people having to decide if they're going to stay on their land or leave, and the huge dust storms. Like it was crazy. It's very interesting to me and sad. It's very sad. Yeah, Depression era, 1800s and 1900s. Yeah, I love if you're not a historical fiction lover, but I love that a lot of you are historical fiction lovers like me. Ooh, Midnight at the Electric. Isn't that the one with the circus tent on the cover? I like the cover of that one. I haven't read it. Oh, I'm way behind in comments. Holy moly. Let me see. I haven't yet read a Jennifer Ciavarini, but I have one or two of her books on my shelves. She writes a ton. Oh, and I need to read. I've only read Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. I need to continue. That's the Kingsbridge, though, not the Century, or not the Century trilogy. Oh, Between Shades of Grey. I was sitting in Panera when I was finishing Between Shades of Grey, and I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know that it was going to make me sob. I had to keep looking up and just looking out the window and blinking a lot. So I didn't totally lose my cool in Panera. Holy moly. No, I've only read books 1 and 2 of Outlander. I do not have a P.O. box, but if you message me or send me an email, I can, if you want to send me something, I can share my address. Or I have an Amazon wish list linked in most of my videos. But yeah, just DM me. I'm not like going to put it out there for everybody, but yeah, I maybe should think about getting a PO box. I just don't want to have to pay for it. Oh, I'm glad I'm not alone with all the light. I just wasn't a huge fan. And I feel like it was building to this big climax. And then the climax happened and it was like brushed over almost. I was really upset about that. A little bit, but I don't remember it being a big part of the book. Yeah, a little bit. Oh yeah, The Great Alone deals with like PTSD from it. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think of Dream Daughter as really historical fiction. I'm kind of flying through some of these. Oh, As Bright as Heaven is so good. Susan Meissner, all of her books that I've read, I have loved. Hi, Deanne. Welcome, newbie. You're welcome here. Yeah. Year of Wonders. I'm not familiar with Year of Wonders. You guys can answer, all my other historical fiction fans. Beautiful prose. I would say, who's an author that does it? I feel like Susan Meissner has had quotes that I've pulled out. Also, Bianca Marais. It's a different kind of style of writing, like almost very short, but so quotable. Bianca Marais also writes about South Africa. So apartheid is a big part of her historical fiction, apartheid era, blacks getting the vote for the first time in South Africa. Maybe try her just for something different. I love her so much. But you guys also could recommend other, oh yeah, Hamnet is also more literary historical. Oh, Amanda. Hello. Welcome. Amy, this is hilarious. The girls in your class read it just so they could tell their moms they were reading Shades of Grey and get reactions out of them. That's funny. That is funny. I loved the movie and the book. I do love the movie as well. I think it was really well done. Here's another question to you guys. Any good recommendations for the Roaring Twenties? I don't know. My problem is that I'm super forgetful. I have to think about 20s. Christy, have you read Unbroken? That is a nonfiction, but I think you would love it if you haven't read it yet. And Rainey reads Shakespeare. Because it's historical, it's a biography. Do I have it right here? Oh, I don't know where it is. Unbroken is very good, though. Good writing, good story. Louis Zamperini was really cool. The Century trilogy starts in World War I, goes through civil rights movement and Cuban Missile Crisis. Interesting. That sounds cool. That sounds very cool. I love it. I did not like The Diviners. And I even listened to the audio, which people who love The Diviners are like, you need to listen to the audio. And I did, and I just didn't care for it. It was too YA for me. And I could not handle all of the slang. I know it was 20s appropriate, but I just couldn't handle I couldn't handle all the slang in there. Ugh. Yeah, Christy, I feel like you would definitely love Unbroken. Yeah, Gatsby, The Great Gatsby. I didn't like that. Oh, have you read, Christy, since you love, I'm curious to know if you've read A Gentleman in Moscow, because I think the writing in that was stellar. And yeah, Rules of Civility is set in the 20s. So Amor Towles would be another one who has really good writing. And A Gentleman in Moscow is obviously set in Moscow. That is historical fiction. But it's really almost a character study of one man. in the hotel. I loved that one. The Paris Wife for 20s about Hemingway's wife. Yes. No, I did not like The Diviners. I think the whole, not paranormal, but like the ghosty kind of, I don't know, it was a little much for me. No. I do enjoy YA. I just listened to not American Royals. What's the second one? Majesty this weekend and loved it. I thought it was so much fun. I enjoy Ellen Marie Wiseman as well, but I've only read one. I have 2 others off hers on my shelf. You guys are awesome with the recommendations. I'm going to have to go back through and like write all these down. Lovely War was cool. Sarah, I think you'll like The Diviners. Yay. Try it, Christy. Try it. Lulu, go for it. It was my 3rd favorite book last year. Nice. I know Sarah you just finished Lovely War not that long ago, Sarah. I think I caught up. Yes. Let's do at 50. We'll do a 20-minute sprint until 10 after. Let me write that in so I'm ready. 20 minutes from 50 to 10. And when we come back, well, I'll talk about what we're going to do when we come back. Let's put this on here a little. Turn of the century stuff, 1900s. Luck. It's something about luck. That new book. It was in I can tell you, my anticipated reads. Is it Luck of the Titanic? No, Luck of the Titanic. It is by, where did it go? Luck of the Titanic by Stacey Lee. It's a YA and it's coming out in the summer. Yeah, that does sound really good. Yeah, Amanda, it was one of your anticipated reads too. I remember. Oh, good. Another Gentleman in Moscow. What I Saw and How I Lied. I've never heard of that. What is it about? Like what time period? I am definitely not opposed to YA at all. But I'm a little more particular than I used to be, I think. So while we're going to sprint, one of the things I want to talk about, I had a DNF this month. I do not DNF that often. And it was one of my most anticipated reads. So we're going to talk about DNFing. We're going to talk about what makes you put down a book, what you don't like in a book, like tropes that you don't like. We're going to talk about that when we come back from our next sprint, which doesn't start for 2 more minutes, but I just wanted to put that out there so y'all can think about it, y'all. Look, I live in the South now. I say y'all. Yeah, Amanda told me about this North Texas Teen Book Festival that did their festival all online. You could still probably look it up on YouTube, NTTBF. And Stacey Lee, who was who's the author of Luck of the Titanic, she was on one of the panels and I watched that one as well. Very cool. The DNF. Let's do this. Dun, dun, dun. The middle grade that I read about the Dust Bowl is called Out of the Dust by Karen Hesse, Hesse, or Hess. It's written in verse, and it was a Newbery winner in the 90s, 80s, 90s, I think. Or maybe older. When was it? I don't know. Out of the Dust. Must have been the 90s because it's close to this end of my Newbery shelf. Yes, thank you, Amy. This is the one, Out of the Dust by Karen Hesse. I say Hesse. Lisa, thank you. Y'all makes me feel right at home. Sometimes I say it on purpose, and sometimes it just slips out, which makes me know I've lived here long enough to start getting into the lingo. Okay, here we go. Why does it, I didn't edit that well because I didn't save it. 50 to 10. We're going to read or get your stuff done. GSD, get stuff done. Or you can make that a little more adult if you want to. 97, thank you. World War II in America. All righty. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, sorry, Jamie, that your little one woke up screaming and crying. That's no fun. Not a fun way to wake up for them, and not a fun way for them to wake up for you. How was everybody's sprint? Did you get some stuff done? Some pages or a chapter or whatnot? I don't even think I read a full chapter. Oh, I did. Well, I was like in the middle of a chapter, and now I'm in the middle of the next chapter. Mickey, awesome. I'm glad you're having fun. The Shape of Mercy. That's the Susan Meisner one, right? Oh, so good. Sarah. You and your stalker, Joe. Oh, Kelly, I'm sorry that tonight was a hard bedtime. Interesting read tonight, Rainey. Oh, Cheryl, you're so close to the end. You'll finish tonight for sure with us. You love him. You don't even care. Sarah's reading the third in the trilogy that starts with You. I don't know if it's a trilogy technically, but it starts with You by Carolyn Kepnes, and it gets you into the mind of the serial killer. It's written from his perspective. No, thank you. No, thank you. I love it. Editing is my least favorite part, which is kind of why I love lives, because I don't have to do any editing. I make a thumbnail and that's it. The Flat Share. Oh, Amanda at the Curly Reader just finished that one. That's a good one. Okay. Yay. I'm glad that you're enjoying the sprints. Finished a chapter, a few pages in Lovely War. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so here's my question. Here's our topic to discuss. DNFing books, okay? So just the other day, I posted of me a read with me video where I sit on my porch and I read for a half an hour, and I was reading The Little French Bridal Shop by Jennifer Dupuy. And this is one of my winter anticipated reads because it's about a 40-something woman who goes into a bridal shop one day, finds her dress, but she's not even in a relationship at all. And I'm like, oh, that sounds fun. I'm a 40-something single. I don't see myself ever going into a bridal shop, but it sounded like a cute and fluffy read. Oh, she starts to pretend that she's getting married. So she starts like planning the whole thing. However, as I was reading the other day, which was actually last Sunday, it switches perspectives to this guy who is married, not happily. And I could just tell that this book was going to follow Jack. I think his name is Jack. Now I can't remember. Larissa's the girl. Jack is the guy. And I think that their romance is going to be between the two of them. And he's married. So I'm like, no, thank you. So I skimmed ahead bits and pieces and I decided no. I also wasn't loving the writing style. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like capturing my attention. And so I just decided no, because adultery is not something that I like to read about. And I get it, like marriages don't always work and they take a lot of work, but he was investing all of this time. From what I skim read, he was investing all of this time into this new relationship instead of even trying with his wife. And I didn't read the book, so I don't know, but I DNF'd it. So I want to know from you guys, do you DNF? What makes you DNF? Or what makes you not even pick up a book in the first place? Like, what are some of the things that you just don't want to do or read about in your book? I'm just skimming ahead skimming back to read a little bit. Amy, I just use iMovie because I am not paying for one right now for editing. Okay, so here, Amy doesn't do student-teacher love affairs. No, me either. Jamie, you give it 100 pages. I don't think I even gave it that much because I could just tell where it was going. So I just started to skim through. Oh, and that was the other thing. Here we go. Amanda says, she just DNF'd Get a Life, Chloe Brown, too much foul language. That was the other thing. Like, I don't not mind it. Sometimes cursing in a book doesn't bother me that much, but I don't like it when they use the name of Jesus as a swear word. I don't like that at all. And that happened in here. And that was like the final straw. Like, no, thank you. Like, you can talk about God and you can talk about Jesus, but when you're using it as a curse, I don't like that. So that was the final straw for me. You DNF books all the time, Carissa. Normally give them 100 pages. Ooh, Stormlight Archives. Yikes. Yeah, Ellen Hildebrand, I think, does a lot of adultery in her books. I don't understand the draw of that. Mickey, I don't like cheaters either. I just don't like it. I don't like when it's glorified. Yeah. Oh, there's some good ones in here. Hold on, foul language is a no-go. 50 pages. Becca's not into it. Then she's done. Yeah, if you can't get into it, if you can't stand it, if I'm bored or not really enjoying myself. Sometimes if I'm bored, though, I'm like, but it might get good. Yeah. I don't DNF that often. I think last year I maybe only DNF'd one or two. I DNF'd Hillbilly Elegy, and I think that might be it as far. Oh, no. I was sad about this one, but it was called Walking in the Dust of Rabbi Jesus. It was just not at all what I expected. And that's another thing. If I'm really thinking that a book is going to be a certain thing and then it's something totally different, sometimes I can change my mindset on it, but sometimes I'm just not, I can't do it. Anything where children or animals are being hurt. Yeah, no, I don't like those either. Big fat yes to the DNF. Yeah, if you don't feel like you care enough. And sometimes it is like a set it down for now. And sometimes it's a hard no. So I actually created 2 exclusive shelves on my Goodreads. So I have one that's called Save for Later. And those are ones that I'm like, I might like this in a different mindset, but right now it's not working for me. And then I have another shelf that's a hard no. These are DNFs. I'm done. Yeah. If it goes against your values. Yeah, Lolita type topics. No, thank you. Okay. Let me go back down here. I skipped around. Rainey doesn't go for political books, affair plots, too much sexy time, bad writing. Yes. Yeah, it's so abrasive to me. I can't do it. I can't do that. Okay, Amy doesn't like mistaken identity where the unrecognized person just has makeup on. Not really realistic, right? Kayla only DNFs if she gets really bored. Repetitive. Yeah, or too many characters. Too many characters doesn't bother me. I mean, I've read, quite a few books that I've heard that as a, not complaint, but a warning that from other people. Like Beartown has a ton of characters. It doesn't bother me. What was another? There was another book I read recently that someone said had too many characters, and it didn't bother me at all. As far as romance, single parent romances, that's okay. I'm down though. I'm okay with finding a man with a kid. I would be okay with having a single parent romance. I'm not a single parent, but I wouldn't mind. Oh, Krista. Oh, sorry, Christy. Danny DNF'd Way of Kings. Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, I'm not so good at DNFing. It's good to know, Tanya. I think the more we read, the more we know what we like. And if you know that you like plot-based books, that's fine. So if things are not happening and it's really too slow, bye. That's totally fine to recognize about the type of reader that you are. Yeah. Horror or too much description. Oh, like sex descriptions. Yeah. I just skip ahead, skip a couple pages sometimes. Yeah, if you're not invested, don't waste your time. There's so many good ones. I also have a hard time DNFing if it's too long. Interesting. I think another reason why I don't DNF very often anymore is because, like I was just talking about with Tanya's comment, I know my taste a lot better and I'm much better at picking books than I used to be. So I hear so many recommendations, both on BookTube and on Bookstagram, and just talking with people that I know what I'll like and what I won't like. Christy, this makes me think of your guys' talk about 100 Years of Solitude. While I'm listening to you talk about it, I'm like, oh, maybe I want to give that a try. But the more I listened to, I put it on hold at my library and I got it in my library holds and I realized, no, that's not what I'm going to read. I don't think that's the book for me. Hey, thanks guys for helping with the weirdo commenters. Sorry about that. I just blocked someone too, but thank you for reporting if people are. Oh goodness, there's another. Let me get it out of here. Sorry about that. My word. Block, block, block. Okay, I think I got them all. Sorry about that. Thank you for your help in reporting. I like horror, but no guts, gore, or demonic. Yeah, you know what? If a book gets too spiritual, not from a faith-based author, not from a Christian author who's talking about the spiritual realm, but if a horror book is talking about demons and possession, that's a no-go for me. I wouldn't even pick that up. I agree, Mickey, that does not sit well with my spirit at all. I have read, however, like Frank Peretti and his books back in the day. I haven't read them in a really long time, but he talks about the spiritual realm, so like demons and angels, but it's coming from a totally different worldview. So I can handle those ones, but it still kind of freaks me out. You guys are awesome. I'm going back through comments. All right. At 30, we'll do another 20-minute sprint. Thanks for talking about DNFing. I'm always so interested to know what makes people want to pick up books or not. Yeah, freaks me out. Ted Dekker is another one who deals with evil and how it affects the world and life. And he doesn't always, his are, I mean, he's a believer, but his books are a little on the darker side of things. Whew. Seriously. Get out of town. Bye, Felicia. Okay. Hi, Melissa. I have the Sundown Motel too. Did I actually get it? I did, from Book of the Month. And I'm scared about that one. Amanda, we'll be on for a while, so have fun reading to your kiddos. Yeah, Noreen, that's what I was talking about. I have Sundown Motel, and I'm scared, but I'm going to try it. Melissa, we're talking about, holy Moses. I don't know how to stop the, sad. I can't get rid of them fast enough, and it's telling me an error occurred. Okay. Please just go away. Sorry for the distraction, everybody. Okay. Seriously, we're like talking about spiritual forces, and then all of a sudden, oh my word. And it's not letting me block right now. So I apologize. I think that's what's happening. Everybody's trying to block at the same time. Sorry about that, guys. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys handle it, so you can do it for me. I need to like get somebody in the comments to the first couple months of using StreamYard, I didn't have anybody. When I used YouTube Live directly, I got a ton of them. Not a ton, a couple. But this is just ridiculous. I'm like, I don't even want to see it. Get them, Rainey. It's a little much. And what do they keep changing their names so that you guys are the best. Mickey, were you liking the Sundown Motel? Was it creeping you out? I'm scared. I don't read a lot of paranormal in general. And I'm a little scared. Or thrillers, right? Like I don't read thrillers or paranormal very often. I do occasionally, but not very often. And so I'm always get a little bit nervous about them. I have found some that I really liked. I really liked The Silent Patient. I really liked Broken Girls by Simone St. James. Yeah, Melissa, it won't. I think because of how many people are here, YouTube is showing it to more people. Oh my word. It's so frustrating. But it's still less than on YouTube, I think. But apparently, if you were you were really liking it, but listening to too many things at once. Yeah, that happens to me too. I usually can only listen to one book at a time, but I often have more than one book going at a time, but only one audiobook at a time. Not today, Satan. Not today. Oh, do I have to? There. I think you guys can report, but I think I have to block to get it out of the comments, I guess. Don't be freaked out. Just know that it's not me. And you guys know me. That's not my people. That's not you. I know it's not you. Crazy. Cheryl, interesting. You could hardly put it down. I know some people are very seasonal and they like to read all that kind of stuff in the fall. I don't know. Yeah, we DNF you, intruders. You know you've achieved success when you have to deal with trolls. That's one way of looking at it. That's how I felt about my first dislike. When I got my first dislike, I was like, yes, I've arrived. I've arrived. That's funny. Okay. So I've been still blocking them so that it hides it. But anyways, we're going to get back to a sprint. I'll try to keep my eyes open so I can continue to block if needed. But we're going to go from right now, 30 to 50. Let's do another 20 minutes. We've been chatting about DNF for a while. So let's do some reading. Is anybody switching books? Well, we'll talk about it. Did you switch or not? I'm sticking with the Four Winds. I'll see you back here in 20. Some people have too much time on their hands, that's all I know. Oh, golly. Here we go. Bring it back in, friends. Oh, man. How did everybody do? I'm hoping we're done with the riffraff. Seems to have stopped. Let's hope. Man, reading about the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl and all of that, I am just thankful. I'm thankful. Whew, it's hard. And it's really sad how people treat other people out of fear. So I'm reading about this family that left because of all the dust and the dirt and they needed to go. I won't say the reasons in case anyone's going to read it. You kind of know that. But wherever they end up, there's so much prejudice and it's just out of fear and of the unknown. And that's just so sad. Why can't we just treat other people kindly? Oh, I don't like it. Okay. CJ, how do I organize my shelves? You love how they look. They're a mess. The ones right behind me. So this shelf right behind me, I can tell you this one. Up here is some classics on this one up here. This is all of my Christmas book exchange gifts that I do for the last 2 years with Sarah's Nightstand, who's here, and Lindsay's Little Library. So these are books that were gifted to me from them. They're all on this shelf. And then these three, there's 3 more shelves below that are all nonfiction and they're not organized at all right now. And then we go, this is like a mini bookshelf tour. Who knew that this was going to happen tonight? We go to this middle section and I have 2 of these shelves that have the squares. So there's 6 squares. And in these squares, I have different behind here. Not this. I have like author collections. So I have Kristen Hanna, Daphne du Maurier, Frederick Bachman, Sarah Addison Allen. Oh, these are kind of fantasy, these 2 down here. So I have like Lord of the Rings, Mistborn, the Farseer trilogy. But then some other author collections. These are 6 authors that I want to read this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the 6th one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, they're all there. And then my book of the month books are all there. And then that shelf all the way over is not organized right now, but it's alphabetized by author's last name. And then I have I have a shelf. I'm going to just turn you. That shelf is all Christian fiction. Don't get too dizzy. We're going again. And then this shelf in this corner is all my middle grade. Newberry's up at the top and middle grade. That was kind of crazy. Thanks for asking. I'm glad you like it. I haven't been in here to really organize in a while. CJ, you're a fan of the messy look. Yeah, it's a little messy right now. More messy than I would like in general, but that's okay. Terry, you have an important question. Hit me. What is it? House of Leaves, Brandy. 40 pages left. What do you do with all the books that don't fit on a shelf? That's a good question. I have a pile of, can you see them? Middle grade sitting on the couch over there. I don't know what to do with them because they don't fit on my middle grade shelf. I need to rearrange that shelf a little bit. I have stacks on top of shelves and around on the floor. What do you guys do with books that don't fit on your shelves? Excuse me. Yeah. This is I stopped my book of the month subscription for a little while because I feel like I wasn't reading them. And now I've subscribed again, but I'm getting more than just the one every month. I need to slow it down and just get one maybe. But they just have been having some good ones. So now I have quite a few again, and my goal is to read 10 this year, but 10's not going to touch that pile. Yikes. To you shelve books alphabetically. I also have, so this is mainly my TBR room. So most of the books on the shelves to the side of me here are all unread. I have a shelf out in my living room of read books and also some more series things. More series are out in that other room. All my like Ella Montgomery books are on a shelf. All of my Jane Austen inspired books are on a shelf out there. Those are all out in the living room. Tia, I love this. Buy a new shelf. Obviously. That's funny. I love it. Baskets. Oh, that's a good idea. Hide them, double stack, put them all over the house. Yay, Tanya, way to get stuff done. GSD. Dresser drawers. I love it. Baskets. Just buy more bookshelves. I know. I'm so blessed and thankful to have this third bedroom that I don't need as a bedroom. So it's become a library and it's really nice. There are never enough bookshelves stacked on the floor. A book cart. I do have a book cart. You are on my book cart right now. Organized loosely by genre. I'll put them on your pretty shelves. Yeah, I don't keep most of the books that I've read. So my red shelf is only one bookshelf. It's full. It's a packed bookshelf, but I don't keep most of the things that I read. No room for more shelves. Yeah, it's called book buying ban, which never works for me. So I don't even try. I do try to purge occasionally and like take an honest look. Am I going to read this or not? And try to kind of go through but I've done it enough that I feel really excited about all the books that are on my shelves right now. Yeah. GST. I love it. Piles everywhere. Yeah. My red books are in plastic bins in storage. I love it. You lay your books flat and then double stack or triple stack. Yikes. Yeah, man. I feel like I heard someone say one time that, not in any order whatsoever. Yeah, wherever you find room. I've heard someone say that reading and book collecting are two separate hobbies. Well, I have both of those hobbies because I love to have a lot of books and I love to read. My car. That's funny. Baskets is a good idea. Yeah, I resell to used bookstores as well. Yep, when you can't fit anymore, it's time for an unhaul. Because honestly, if I stopped buying books right now, I would still have 5 years worth, 3 years worth of reading in my house if I stopped right now. So am I really going to get to all these books? No, because I'm going to keep wanting the new ones and I love finding new books. Gracious people send me books. I do book exchanges, like give books away. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. It's the constant, it's like hashtag reader problems. I love it. Never enough room. Yeah, I can understand why your classroom would need to be a little bit more organized than what you need to do at home. But I have a whole shelf out in the other room that's like library books as well. Why do I keep getting books from the library when I have 5 years worth of reading right here on my shelf? I don't know. Yeah, I like getting books off my shelf that either I feel like I'm not going to read or maybe I'm going to read it down the road, but right now there are other books that I want to read more. Or like if there's a book that I haven't even had the desire to pick up in over a year or two, maybe that's time to unhaul that. I need to honestly go through my Christian fiction shelf. I could probably unhaul some of my read books on there that I just don't think that I'm ever going to reread. I don't know. It's an ongoing dilemma. And I'm glad I'm with my people because you guys understand. You understand. Yeah, daughter is more the collector than the reader. She wants to add all your books. I gotta tell you, so you guys, I think all know my dad passed away in 1997, and I have a handful of books on my shelves that have his name in them, and I'm keeping them forever. So that is kind of special to be able to pass down your book collection. I didn't take all of my dad's books because he had a ton, and he was a pastor, so a lot of them were not books that I wanted, but I do have a couple. Well, I have a handful of them. Yeah, never have enough time in a lifetime to read. 10 years. I think it's funny. I really like Book of the Month. There's a link in most of my videos, almost all my videos, not my lives, but my other ones. Use somebody's link. It doesn't have to be mine, but if you use somebody's link, you get a little discount on your first month and they get a credit to get an extra book, which is really kind. So if you're signing up for Book of the Month, it doesn't have to be my link. Any booktuber that you follow and want to give them a little, any booktuber that has their link in their description. Yeah. Donate those books. I don't think it's about, I mean, it might be about being materialistic, but it's your hobby, right? Like some people collect handbags, some people collect shoes. We collect books, and that's okay. It's okay. Oh man. That's kind of cool. I can't justify that. Being such a thrifter. And you're a thrifter too. I'm curious what book that is. I'm sure it's going to be in a video at some point, right, Melissa? Nice. Keep it in your classroom. I don't read fast enough and the books keep coming in. Truth. You guys saw I posted a haul yesterday. When I own a book, I just hate to think of parting with it. Yeah. I feel that way sometimes too, but then I go in spurts where I'm like, get rid of them all. And I feel justified in that because the majority of books on my shelves were ones that I found at library book sales or thrift stores or I got with credit at my used bookstore. So I don't feel like I'm just throwing away money by passing the books along. And I often try to sell them back to the bookstore or sell them on Instagram or whatever on those swap groups on Facebook. Yeah. It's a book lover problem. It's true. I love it. Full of majestic potentiality. Melinda, I love that. I love it. Well, that's a fun shirt. I'm not addicted to reading. I can stop as soon as I finish this book. I love it. We are all kindred spirits here. We understand each other. Oh, it was the Seasons edition of Pride and Prejudice. Nice. So it was technically thrifted. Sure. Sure. I don't love hardcovers either, but they don't bother me as much. Like my preference is a paperback. Wouldn't it be cool if Book of the Month came out with a paperback? Like for a while they did a YA separate section. It would be cool if they had a paperback section. You love buying special editions of books you have on Kindle. I think the only book, here's a good question. What book would you buy that you already have on your shelves to be a collector? Like for me, Anne of Green Gables, I think I have 3 copies of Anne of Green Gables. I'm not a huge collector of but I know some people have that book that if they find it in an edition that they don't already own, they'll buy another one. Anne of Green Gables right now is the only book like that for me that I have more than one edition of the same book. Do you guys have a book that you would buy or like buy a repeat copy because it's a pretty edition? Pride and Prejudice. We have always lived in the castle. I love this. Where did it go? It just moved on me. I have no guilt about keeping all my books. There should not be guilt. Like, this is a hobby. It is a source of joy for you as a reader. For me, don't allow yourself or other people to place that guilt on you. If you feel the need personally to purge your shelves, then do it. But if you don't, no shame, no guilt, no way, man. Oh, Persuasion. I love Persuasion. 2 of all the Austen books. Edgar Allan Poe. To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I love it. That's a cute trilogy. I got that for free at the movie theater one time, way before it was a movie itself. I don't even remember what I was going to see. Maybe it was the last Hunger Games movie, and I got that book for free. And then I read it on a plane and left it on the plane for the next person. It was cute, but I wasn't going to keep it. So I left it for someone else because I figured it was free. Divergent that got you into reading. That's cool. Wizard of Oz, Pollyanna, Harry Potter, children's classics, Outlander. It was a very sweet story, Mickey. No, how cool. The original Anne. It wasn't for sale. That's cool. That would be cool to see. How do we go about, or do you go about taking books to the books exchange right now with COVID? My secondhand bookstore never closed. They were open all the way through and receiving books all the way through. I don't know how they do it on their end, but all of my libraries, I should say, most of my libraries have not been having all of them have not been having their big annual sales. Some of them still have a sale shelf. Some of them decided not to do that right now. So it's kind of different depending on each library staff, what they're going to do with that. The Secret Life of Books. I've never even heard of that one. No guilt. I am not here for the stress or the pressure or the guilt or the shame. This is our hobby. If you need someone to remind you to not get stressed or not put pressure on yourself about anything related to reading, hit me up and I will help you through it. This should not be something that brings stress. I don't care how many books are on your TBR. I don't care what you think you need to finish within a month. There should be no stress. This is a fun thing. Reading is for fun. Unless you're in school and you need to read for a class. Yeah. Whoa. First edition of Gone with the Wind in Savannah, and it was $375. Whew. I mean, if that's your thing and you want to collect it, go for it. If I had $375, I'd buy myself a new chair. Oh, man. That's cool. That's a cool collection. I don't know if my libraries are still accepting donations. I have put some in little free libraries around town too. Yeah. Isn't Independent Bookstore Day coming up at the end of April? I'm going to go to I haven't been to I have a little tiny independent bookstore here in my area that I haven't been to in a really long time. They sell some new, some used, but I think I'm going to go and buy something from them on that Independent Bookstore Day. Last year, they did a whole little thing. They had like a little booths outside and stuff. I don't know if they'll do that this year because, the Rona, but yeah, I'm going to try to go hit them up on that day. Yeah, April 24th. Thank you, Kim. It's coming soon. Support your local bookstores, friends. Especially the little guys, because yeah, it's been a hard year, I'm sure. I know a lot of places are doing different things to do more online sales and different things like that. But if you have the ability, I don't usually buy books full price, but I'm like planning on that day to go purchase a book from my from my independent bookstore that day. Yeah. I may or may not get lots of book outlet orders too. You guys watch my hauls. You know. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I would love to, Whitney. I currently rent. It's a house, but I rent it, and my landlord is like 2 houses over. I probably could ask him. And yeah, someday I would love to have a little free library. I think that would be super cool. You can use bookshop.org. I can tell you the name of my local one if you want, but you can look up something on bookshop.org. You can shop at independent bookstores, but online, and they can send it to you. So if you still want to support them on that independent bookstore day or anytime, bookshop.org is a website that you can pick an independent bookstore anywhere in the United States, I think. Yeah. Let's do another at 9:15. We'll do another 20. Are you guys good with 20 minutes? I used to do 15 all the time, but I think 20 is a little bit better for those of you who like the longer ones, but some of you like the shorter ones. Let's do another 20 in a few minutes. This is cool. Just buy 1 book a month from the little indie bookstore that just opened. That's cool. Help support them. I like that, Amy. Oh, I used to love, oops, where'd it go? I used to love the Sweet Valley High. I read Sweet Valley High. I never got into the twins, but I used to read Sweet Valley High. Man, the 80s were such a funny decade. Not year. The 80s were a funny decade for books in general. They were really funny. Okay, so one more thing that I just wanted to talk about tonight, not like a big deal, but I have really been wanting to read Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis, and I think I want to do this as a group, maybe like a Zoom buddy read group thing. And I wanted to know if any of the rest of you, and I'm asking you guys first, would be interested in something like that. I don't know how it would work exactly. I'm going to touch base with some of my friends who have done, well, I've done I've done Zoom book chats with my patrons, but I wanted to do one broader. I wanted to open it up a little bit more and see if anyone else was interested in reading Mere Christianity. This is a nonfiction Christian, almost apologetics type book, kind of a foundational. I had to read it in college and I haven't read it since then, but I've really been wanting to. So I just wanted to throw that out there and see if there was interest. And I'm seeing Rainey, Pauline, Amanda, Danny, Kim, nice. Okay, we'll do it. So I will, cool, Mickey, you too, nice, and love. Okay, so I will talk to some people so I don't have to do it by myself. And those of you who have BookTube channels that just said you're in, beware, because I'm going to be talking to you. Just so that, yeah, we have a core group that can help lead the discussion. And I'll try to figure out like how it's broken up. I haven't even revisited like how it's laid out and stuff, if there's different sections. Let me see if there's a table of contents. Oh yeah, there's 4 books in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is perfect. 4 weeks in May, 4 books, one book a week, and maybe a Zoom halfway through and then a Zoom at the end. I like Zoom for that so we can see each other's faces. I don't know how we're going to work it out. I don't know. And maybe it'll have to be a live with like 5 or 6 people on the screen. I'll work it out. But there's enough of you who are interested that it'll happen. And I think we're going to do it in May. I think I've been really eager to read it, so I think I want to do it in May. So be watching for that. Now I have to put that on my list of things to organize and prepare for. Okay. Oh yeah, maybe Midrash is that's in May, right? So that works perfectly. Okay. Let's do another 20 starting right now. I just threw that out there and didn't give us time to talk about it, but that's okay. We'll go from 15 to 25, or 16 to 26. We'll just do 25, not 25. Math, Krista. Okay. Grab your book or your project. GSD, folks. Get stuff done. All right. Oh, I gotta move all these other books now. There's my book journal. I lost that. I need to fill out my March. Okay. So good. Hello, friends. Come on back. Amy, I have not done reading sprints with my patrons, but that is a good idea. I should do that sometimes. I think because I do them every other week here, I don't always want to do it again. Rosie, I am reading The Four Winds. You can't really see it. The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. It's a book of the month. And it's one of my winter anticipated reads from this past winter. Oh, Melinda, I love books that make you laugh. That's fun that you're reading a funny one. 2 chapters. Good job. 1 page left. Sorry. Good job. Good job finishing your book, Beth. Yay. Currently reading On Your Porch in the Middle of a Thunderstorm. Perfection. I love thunderstorms so much. That's so fun. Oh, sorry. Your book is not what you wanted it to be, Monet. Yay. Good, Brandy. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Yeah, I'm really enjoying The Four Winds. I mean, it's sad and it's really frustrating right now, but I'm loving it. Oh, cool. I saw that you posted that on Instagram, Rainey. I think that's such a great idea. Very cool thing to do. It always helps to have perspective when you are praying for other people. My own stuff doesn't get as big. Go for it, Cheryl. We'll see you when you're done. Oh, yay. That's so good. So good. Yeah, keep me posted, Rainey, how it goes. How it goes. How are you liking Lost Apothecary? I love it. I loved that book. Thought it was very interesting. Made me want to go mudlarking on the Thames. See what I could find. Well, I am. How far? I'm a big crier, and I'm 250 pages in, and I've only teared up so far. I mean, I feel like the ending is going to get me, but so far I've only just teared up a little bit. I have not read Song of Achilles or what's her other one, Circe. I've not read either of them. They are not, you're right. From what you've gauged, you're right. They're not my normal type of read. I know that they are very well loved. Yeah. I'm sometimes a little hesitant to pick up books that are super hyped. I don't know. Oh, good, Christine. That's on my pile of upcoming reads, The Nature of Fragile Things by Susan Meissner. It's right there this week. Hopefully I'm going to get to that one. The Lake House. I love The Lake House. The ending is going to get me, Kim. I know it. I'm prepared. Kristen Hanna every time gets me, so I will not be bringing that one to work with me. I nanny, so I do get to bring books and read a little bit, mostly on the days that I have a baby. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I have 4 kids and don't usually get too much reading time, but yeah. So this one, I'll read The Four Winds only at home for this one, but it goes fast. Her books really go quickly, so I'll finish it in a day or 2. Nearing the end, Jamie. Oh, fun. A cry meter and a steam meter. That would be beneficial. However, though, the thing about that, Terry, is that everybody is so different. So who would be the person to say? Like, who's the baseline for those things? I have not yet read The Distant Hours. I've read The Forgotten Garden, Secret Keeper, The Forgotten Garden, The Secret Keeper, and The Lake House. So I still need to read House at Riverton. Oh, and The Clockmaker's Daughter I read. I need to read House at Riverton, and Distant Hours. Are those the only two left I have to read? I think so, and they're both right here in front of me on my cart. Oh, I'm getting a little tired. We might just do one more. Excuse me. Yeah, Kayla, I would probably do the same thing if I only had an hour left. I would probably stay up and finish as well. Do you have all of them, Sarah? There are, I think, 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are there 6 or 7? Oh, Amy, fun. I made a list. I think I got those of you who said you were interested who have channels. I might have missed somebody, sorry. But I made a list so I can connect with you about that for May. We've got time, but 5 or 6. Is it all? That's what I thought, Brandy. Bye, Danny. Go finish your book. Thank you for joining in. It's kind of low key tonight. Nothing super exciting except for the trolls. That was exciting. Oh, man. Oh, I wonder what it was that made you not feel as connected. Have you listened to any of the other ones, or did you read them in print? I'm curious about that, Christine, because I'm loving this one. We are not chatting about anything right now. Christy, though, I should tell you too, you missed, I would like to have a Mere Christianity book group for May. Want in? I feel like that's something that you would like, but you always have so many books that you're reading that just wanted to tell you that's something that we've talked about. I have to plan the details of it. Oh man, Anne, that's exciting. Sorry, I need to readjust. My feet are sore. Opening the library tomorrow. You got to have a plan. 20 minutes. Oh, just walk around and enjoy it. Oh, good night, Lindsay. Thank you for joining in the fun. I'm sorry, Christy and Lindsay, you guys both had a live yesterday. I was at my cousin's house and missed all the lives that happened on Saturday. So I do it again, Lindsay. I think that was your first one, wasn't it? I hope you do it again because I will join in. I love lives. I even go to like book chats that are about books that I haven't read. I don't go to all of them, but I do like going to lives. So if you do them again, reading sprints or whatever, I will try to join in the fun. Yeah, Becca, I am the same. Sometimes audiobooks, sometimes I can really connect with them. I feel like if I'm in a car ride, I can get a little more connected, but I think I am not an audio learner. I'm a visual learner. So I need to write out notes, or I need to see it with my eyes in order to really connect more fully with it. And I think that's why I don't prefer to read nonfiction on audio unless it is a memoir, because I feel like nonfiction, I need to pay more attention. I want to pay more attention. And so I need to read it in print. Christy, I'm adding you to my list. Don't worry. I lost my place on here. Yeah, 20 minutes. Supermarket sweep. Make your list and see how much you can find. Brandy, so it will be open for everybody to participate once I figure out the details. So don't worry. I would love for you to read it with us. it will be a group for everyone. That's why I wanted to do it on my main channel and not just for my patrons. I do stuff with just my patrons, but I wanted to do this with more people. So don't worry, you can absolutely join in the fun. Yeah, I like to read physical, like if I'm going to listen to a fantasy, I need to read first some of the world building that happens at the beginning, and then I can get into it, or like get to know who the characters are, and then I can listen. So I do that sometimes as well. Okay, but in Illuminae, do they read all the dates and times? And I didn't care for Illuminae. That was another unpopular opinion, but that just wasn't for me. Because I don't like when I'm reading. What was the book? Was it Long Way to a Small Angry Planet or something? And all the chat room stuff, and it gave all the extra stuff that I just kind of can skim over when I'm reading it with my eyes. I don't know. I don't care for all that sometimes. Hi, Lee. Thanks for popping in quickly. Yay, Pam. Mere Christianity. Join the fun. Not acceptable. What's not acceptable? That I didn't care for Illuminae? What's not acceptable? They did shorten the headers on the audio. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I know other people. Bye, Vanessa. Thank you for coming. I know a lot of people who prefer nonfiction on audio. And I do like if there are foreign names or words or things like that. I do like hearing those on audio for sure. But if I need to be absorbing it and thinking about it more, I need to see it with my eyeballs. Holy, 3 times. I cannot go that fast. But I know a lot of people, not a lot. I know other people who can. I do this sometimes too, where I do both audio and physical at the same time. And especially if I'm reading a classic, I love to listen while I'm reading. I love that so much. Yeah. Same, Christy. Yeah, if I'm just listening, I can do a story easily if I'm just listening, but you're right, I don't remember it quite as much. It totally depends on the narrator. I sometimes don't even like 2 times. I'm most like 1.8 is my sweet spot for most narrators. If I'm in the car driving, I can sometimes go a little bit more. But if I'm doing other things, I kind of stick to 1.5 or 1.8. All right, in 1 minute, let's do one last 15-minute. We'll end it with a short one. Well, no, 50. We'll do another one last 20. No, we're at 3 hours. Let's do a 15. Sorry, friends. It's getting late for East Coasters like me. From 50 to 05, and then we'll wrap it up and say goodnight. 50 to 05, is that 15 minutes? Yes. No Kristen Hanna on audio. Oh, man. You don't like the chipmunk sounding. Yeah, it totally depends on the narrator. Good night, Sarah. Thank you for joining in the fun. All right, we'll do our last sprint, and then we'll wrap it up and say goodnight. Happy reading. GSD, everybody. Get stuff done. Get those pages read, or whatever it is you're working on. Crocheting, stitching, reading, all the things. See you in a few. Hello, friends. Come on back just to say goodbye. I see some of you have had to go. Sorry, I missed saying goodbye. If you're still here. Noreen, goodbye. Susan, I love that you're going to read Mere Christianity with us. Sweet. Monet, Veronica, read with us. Yes. I'm excited for that. Good night, Karen. Jamie, I'm glad you got 60 pages read. That's awesome. I'm excited to read with you this week. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. I hope you had fun reading or getting stuff done. Mary. Mary, we're going to read Mere Christianity in May. You want to join us? Yeah, thanks everybody for joining in the fun. I always love doing these. And I love your kindness. Thank you for your grace with the little troll excitement that we had tonight. Oh, Australia. So it's morning for you over there. All right. I love you guys. You're awesome. We will be back on a live in 2 weeks. What's going on in 2 weeks? Let me just look really quick at my calendar. Yes, Tammy, read Mere Christianity with us. Do it. Do it. I love it. Okay, in 2 weeks, it is, the end of the month. So let's maybe do, because I didn't do one. When was the last time I did a live? Was it the middle grade March one? No, I must have, yeah. I took a weekend off. So let's do one on the 30th, maybe on a Friday night this time. I'll let you know. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming. Happy reading. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. Stay tuned for Mere Christianity info coming your way before the end of April. You guys are awesome. Good night. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Adieu. Adieu. Adieu to you.